Pepper Phil. He claims his wife spied on him.
Pepper is so jealous.
Look at me. What do I have to be jealous of?
Fired a gun at him.
Not at him. I was like, oh, wow, here's a gun. Ooh, what does it do?
So you were just lovingly firing the gun.
And chased him down the highway.
We're talking high-speed chase.
He won't talk to me. He shuts down.
So your theory is he shuts down, so I'll run him down?
Plus, from Married to Medicine.
So if you don't want to be here to participate, to try to reconnect, to work.
Is this about reconnection?
Can they go from sexless and separated
Do you want your wife to walk away feeling like a loser?
to happily ever after?
I intend for this to change today. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Well, Chris says he has been through 14 years of hell with his wife, Pepper, who he says constantly accuses him of cheating, spies on him at work, and has even chased him down the freeway at high speeds. We're talking high-speed chase here. But Pepper says Chris is not an innocent victim. She claims her husband has threatened to kill her more times than she can count, and even punched her in the face. Now, Chris admits he hit his wife, but claims she pushed him to the point where, bam, he backhanded her. Afterwards, Chris says he wished Pepper would have called the police because if he had gone to jail, it would have been the first night he actually had some peace in their entire marriage. Take a look.
We have been married for 14 years. 10 of the 14 years have been constant hell.
My marriage is toxic. My husband, Chris, he's very misogynistic.
I consider myself an old-fashioned guy. I come home, I'm looking for steak and potatoes. And she was cooking a little sliver of salmon. I did not get married to cook for myself. The phone calls when I'm coming home, it's not about, oh, I'm worried about having dinner ready. It's about,
yes, it is.
oh, I don't want to cook, so
What
can
would
you
you-
pick up something?
It becomes World War III in the house if he does not have steak. He expects obedience as if I am a German Shepherd.
Pepper is very jealous of my coworkers.
Tell me what you're doing. Who are you?
I'm considering a roommate over
coworker?
there.
Okay.
It's not a coworker. It's not a female that I know. Please don't start tripping. Pepper has showed up at my work about 4 times, trying to catch me. One time, myself and a coworker were walking across the parking lot, and lo and behold, I spot Pepper. It was a very accusatory tone. Honey, who's this? I consider that spying.
My husband tries to create jealousy. I have not ever shown up unannounced to spy on him at work.
If it involves a female, I have to lie. She's jealous, just hates any female.
I am not jealous. Look at me. What do I have to be jealous of? Chris has taunted me with his coworkers. I have an Asian girlfriend. I said, well, why don't you marry the bitch? Several years ago, we were arguing. He was angry. I'm gonna kill you. So I sprayed him with pepper spray.
There's been several times where we had an argument. I left the house, got in my car. She immediately jumps in another vehicle. There's been times on the highway, I'm doing 80, 90 miles an hour. She's chased me like we had cops and robbers at least 10 times. Another time, when I got into a fight, she picked that gun up, it went off. Pow!
So what I've learned to do is not poke the bear.
My biggest fear is me. Can't poke a lion and keep poking him and expect him not to react.
Does this seem reasonable, a reasonable way to be in a marriage?
No.
What seems unreasonable about it to you?
What's unreasonable about this marriage, Dr. Phil, is that there's no real communication. She has made the last, at least out of 14 years, at least 12 of them have been nothing but stress, chaos, disorder, mistrust, everything. It's just been pure hell. Pure hell. It's not normal for a man to have to be accused of every single female he knows.
And that is not true.
You said you're afraid if you stay in this marriage, something's going to happen. What are you afraid is going to happen?
Dr. Phil, what I'm afraid is going to happen is a physical altercation. The worst fear I have at this point is myself.
You're afraid you're going to hurt her.
I'm afraid that there's going to be, or vice versa.
But you've hit her, correct?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Not nothing I'm proud of, not at all. But yes, I have.
Well, that's not okay.
No, sir.
And you're right. If you feel like you are in a situation where you cannot control yourself from doing that, then you're right. You need to get away from her. You need to get out of this, because there is no theory under which you or any other man should ever put their hands on a woman in anger.
Agreed.
And if that's the case, if you're smart enough to recognize that you can't control that, then you're right. For her and for you, you need to get away from her before dark today, or you're going to wind up in jail and you're going to wind up in the hospital.
I have worked in 3 prisons. I've survived domestic violence. I would never block him. I would never do that.
That is absolutely not true, Dr. Phil. She wants to sit there and say that
I would chase him in the car,
happened.
but in the house, no.
Why are you chasing him in the
I
car?
get away.
Yeah, let's talk
I haven't
why.
done that, for maybe 3 years. Maybe 3 months, because he won't talk to me. Our communication.
Okay, well, hang on.
He shuts down.
So your theory is he shuts down, so I'll run him down?
No. I just get in the car. Now, we've been married 14 years. Now, I don't follow him anymore because it's so stupid.
No, hold on. So you're chasing him in the car. You
Okay,
guys
so
are
I'm
going
chasing
60,
him.
70, 80 miles an hour. So you chase him in the car. Let's say you catch him. All right, what constructive is going to go on?
Nothing, Dr. Phil.
So why are you chasing him? What's your thought process?
It's foolish. It's stupid. You have hit me 3, 4, 5 times, Chris. His problem is he wants me to move into his deceased parents' house, and I cannot do that.
We were into it on the street. And you said, oh, yeah, you say this again, I'm going to have my son Ali come kick your ass. Of course you don't remember.
Women
because you refuse to
probably
remember.
say that. I will call the police.
Okay, I'm wasting my time here
You know
with
what
you
I'm
guys.
saying?
Seriously,
Go ahead.
I'm wasting my time with you guys here, seriously, because what you're doing is you're wanting to yell and scream at each other and do what you do when I'm not here. You don't need me for this.
This marriage to me is worth saving. I do not know how at this point. I am seeking the guidance, some counseling to right this wrong, to put this marriage back on track.
Do you actually think that he is cheating with your sister?
I never said that. My sister would never do that.
Then why do you say it to me?
I don't
Pepper?
say
Okay,
that.
Why do you say
wait
it
a
to
minute.
me?
This is me conducting an interview with her. He liked her lemon bars.
Oh, yes. I do too.
You like her lemon bars?
Yes.
Are you having an affair with her?
No, sir.
So you can like her lemon bars and not be sleeping with her.
I never said that to him, sir.
Okay, so we're going to play
he's
semantics.
diabetic. And then my family loves sugar.
Oh, you were just concerned about his health.
Yes. And I am, sir. My family's very moral. No. She would never do that. He would never do that.
This had nothing to do with jealousy. You were just concerned about his health and
Absolutely.
ingesting lemon bars.
Absolutely, Dr. Phil. Absolutely, because he's
Not true.
diabetic. He's type 2
So
diabetic.
what happened when you brought the lemon bars home?
Never brought him home. I believe that it was a situation where we were at her sister's house.
Right.
House party. Ate them, complimented her about them, kind of made a big deal about it because they were absolutely delicious. They were great. But the fact that I even complimented another female, sister or not, it just gets to her.
Is that true?
Dr. Phil, as you see, I
That's not an essay question. I'm
I
asking
need
you to say,
attention.
Is that true?
Yes. Yeah,
Was that
yeah, yeah. I feel
neglected?
jealous
It's a
All right,
sometimes.
Chris says he
I
has
need
threatened
attention.
to divorce Pepper several times, but there's one thing stopping him. We're going to find out what that is when we come back. Did you point a gun at him and fire it?
I
You
did
did
not point the gun at him, but I did fire it.
So
have
you were
all
just
kinds of
lovingly
guns.
firing the gun.
I was.
And later, how can you be going into bankruptcy and own 6 or 7 vehicles?
The RV,
We could
the
sell this
Silverado
one.
truck are inherited vehicles. Why can't I have an RV?
Because you can't afford it.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. She claims mom is evil,
You made our lives hell.
a liar,
My mom has fake illnesses.
You're in kidney failure?
That is correct.
and raising her siblings in filth.
There's trash everywhere, bed bugs, roaches.
We want to shoot inside, and you didn't let us in that house. You said, quote, it's not about housekeeping.
I was never contacted.
We have a crew on the ground so they can go to the house now.
That's tomorrow.
My husband, Chris, threatens to divorce me all of the time. This is my 3rd marriage, and I do not want to get divorced.
You're a rude bitch.
And so, who would you rather be with?
Damn near anybody. I use divorce as a weapon, a showstopper, my grand finale. I'm tired of it.
Well, Pepper says her husband, Chris, is constantly threatening to divorce her. Now, Chris admits he has used divorce as a weapon to get his wife under control. But he says the only problem with actually going through with it is alimony, because he doesn't want to pay Pepper in order to leave her.
Not true. The question of alimony,
Well,
yes,
I'll find it in your pre-interview, and I'll bring it out for you.
I do not recall. Okay. I don't recall saying that's the only reason that I don't want to leave Pepper.
I didn't say it was the only reason.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It might have been a subject, but I can tell you right now that is not the reason that I do not want to leave Pepper. The reason that, understand this, I don't love Pepper because I need her. It's just the opposite, Dr. Phil. I need her because I do love her. I'm here to seek real help. Real help. I love Pepper. I believe she loves me.
You say that you have gotten angry and exploded and you've hit her.
Yes.
She says that you have called her names.
Yes.
What have you called her?
Mainly it's been one predominantly word. That's a bitch. That's my go-to word. Sorry, that's my go-to word.
Daily?
With her. No, not daily, but more often than it should.
That you threatened to kill her. That you
have.
told her you're going to beat her ass.
I have.
That you punched her in the face. You punched her in the lip. You called her a stupid bitch. You backhanded her. You grabbed her by the hair just to shut her up.
Those things are
Unacceptable. Right?
yes.
So we know what has to stop.
Yes, they are unacceptable.
Now, I'm trying to look at the volatility here because I'm concerned for y'all's safety. And this has been going on, he says, like 10 out of the 14 years have been hazardous. He said you've thrown a fan at him. Did you point a gun at him and then actually point it at the floor and fire it? That's a yes or no.
I stutter. Let me go woosah.
Just,
I
you
did
can
not
nod.
point the gun at him, but I did fire it. I was just kind of playing with it. It was his gun. Yeah, and we weren't arguing, nothing like that. I was just curious. I'm very touchy. I was like, oh, wow, here's a gun. I'm like, ooh, what does it do? And I pointed, yeah. Yeah, we weren't arguing. I don't think so.
Wow.
I would never do that. I would never do
Okay.
that, Chris. You
So you
have
were
all
just
kinds of
lovingly
guns.
firing the gun.
There was no argument. I would never do that. That was maybe
Have
12,
you grabbed
13 years
Have
ago.
you grabbed the steering wheel while the car was going?
I'm really
Yes.
squeamish. I want to live a long time. I don't think I would grab the steering wheel when you're driving. Oh no.
Well, you did.
I don't remember doing that.
Well, you did. You jumped out of a car. You jumped out
I
of a moving
jumped
car.
out of a car,
More than
yes,
once
but
because
I'm not- I'm not grabbing
because
a-
I'm just upset with you at the time. You opened the door on the
Because you threatened me,
freeway.
because you, yeah.
Because the gun incident, or you saying that you just picked a gun up because you were curious?
You remember, we
you were
weren't
terrified
arguing.
of guns, Pepper.
I know.
So just that particular night, you decided
And
to
we
be
weren't
curious.
fighting. We weren't
Yes,
fighting.
we were.
I don't remember
Of
fighting.
course you don't remember. That's my whole point. You don't remember. Yes, you.
No me recuerdo.
And there's financial pressure here as well.
Okay, let's talk about that. Yes, sir.
There's financial pressure.
Extreme financial pressure. We're actively involved in a bankruptcy. Pepper is determined to believe that we're in this financial situation because of me.
He has a motorcycle, he has an RV. We have 7 vehicles.
Oh man, we're just throwing gas on a fire, and I'm bringing in some reinforcements on this one. We'll be right back. Now, Pepper,
Yes, sir.
am I boring you?
You're not. I am thrilled to be here.
You've emailed the show 334 times. So I would think that this would be a big moment for you.
Chris is a compulsive shopper. His parents left him quite a bit of money. He spent it frivolously. Motorcycles, cars. This is a beautiful Yamaha motorcycle. The Chinook RV. Chris threatened to divorce me when I retired.
Go to work.
I do work, Chris.
I'm talking about now.
I got tired of Chris buying for himself. And I said, well, let me get some Botox and some fillers. I scheduled a mommy makeover, breast lift, and a tummy tuck. It cost $18,000.
Now, New York Times best-selling author and the self-professed pit bull of personal development, and a good friend of mine, Larry Winget, is joining us today. And Larry, it's good to see you again.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here. You dove into this. What's going on with these people?
Well, if bankruptcy was going to fix this, it would have been fixed the first time around.
Exactly.
And from what I was able to learn is this is an issue of entitlement and deservability on your part. You believe that you deserve everything you want when you want it. And you spend it to get that, whether you can afford to get it or not. You just spend the money. And Pepper, you're sitting there shaking your head, but you're not innocent in this whole thing. You're doing the very same thing. You see him do it, and then you believe you deserve to do it, and you're entitled to do what you want. So you go out and do a mommy makeover, and you spend it out of spite to get even with him. Emotions are running your finances instead of logic. I bet you don't have a budget. I just bet you don't.
I do have a budget.
You cannot possibly have a budget and be spending what you're spending.
My credit was so
They
good,
had 7
I could
cars.
afford the mommy makeover. It was on credits.
Okay. So here's
You know,
how you know
because my
you can
credit-
afford something.
Yeah.
If all of your bills are paid and you've put away money for your retirement and you have money that you are saving, what's left over is what you get to spend on what you want. But that's not the case. Y'all are going into deficit spending simply
Yes.
because you want it.
How can you be going into bankruptcy and own 6 or 7 vehicles?
I sold that one to pay off my student loan.
Yes, I did sell that one to pay off your student loan. Yes, I did. The RV,
We could
the
sell this
Silverado
one.
truck,
I want to keep it.
those were are inherited vehicles.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for those. Why can't I have an RV?
Because you can't afford it.
Yes, I can. I don't see how, so, Dr. Phil, I'm not trying to be facetious. Why can
can't-
I not? What
No,
what is
let
an
me
RV
ask you a question.
doing
You
to
said, why
her?
can't you have it? Because you went and accepted services or goods from somebody and you didn't pay for it. So you owe them money, and they're sitting there unable to feed their family because you took their goods and services and didn't pay for it, and then you're driving by in an RV?
And we
Once
pay
again,
it, we pay the Chapter 13 every month. I pay it every month. We'll pay it for 5 years. We're paying all
Who are you talking to? This is not an election. Talk to me.
our creditors. We are paying them. Chapter 13 is when you keep everything and then pay it every month. $1,300, $1,400. I pay that. He pays, for the mortgage. Yeah. I don't steal. No. That's a Chapter 7. You have to give everything back.
Let me cut to the chase here, okay? Sir. Now, Pepper, you have...
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Am I boring you?
No, not. I was just reading. I'm sorry.
So I am boring you.
No, you're not. I am thrilled to be here.
You've emailed the show 334 times. So I would think that this would be a big moment for you.
It absolutely is.
I mean, you're finally here, and without going into a lot of detail, I think you've had a very traumatic history.
Yes.
And I think that changes a person, and I think it hurt you greatly. And I want to tell you, just me to you, aside from all this other noise, I'm really sorry that happened to you. And I'm really sorry that you lived through that. And I mean that in all sincerity.
I'm a survivor, Dr. Phil.
I know that you're a survivor, but I want you to do more than survive. I want you to thrive. And I think you bring a history. Larry described it. He said he thinks that you're someone that comes in with a sense of entitlement, and I think your frustration tolerance level is not the best. And I think you don't modulate your emotions very well. And I want the two of you to stop yelling and start talking. And I'm going to get you the help to do that. And I'm going to ask Larry to have a serious conversation with you about your finances.
Good.
Now, for you, let me tell you, survivors of the kind of violence you've been through, that's a very specialized kind of care.
Yes.
You deserve that. And I'm going to arrange that for you. Okay? You need to resolve that if you have to go out a window to get away, you're not ever going to put your hands on her in anger again. That's not who you are.
That's my
Never
commitment
do that
from
again.
this day forward.
You never apologize when you hit me. You've never apologized. You never
Let me
say
say
you're
it now,
sorry.
in front of whoever wants, I'm sorry.
For what? Tell me specifically. Oh. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And Larry, thank you. Next, we're going to meet an outspoken couple from Bravo TV's reality show, Married to Medicine, who say their 22-year marriage has hit the rocks. We're going to find out what happened when we come back.
How many times have I told you it was wrong for me to take the money?
Cecil,
No, I want to make sure it's clear.
A fool. Come out right now. You have lost control. He's not perfect. He's walking around thinking he is. And all of our problems exist only because of me. But there are two of us in the marriage.
Well, Dr. Simone and her husband Cecil are one of the couples featured on the popular Bravo TV reality show, Married to Medicine. Now, last season, the couple struggled with money and communication. It's been a couple of months, and I bet fans are wondering how they've been doing. But first, let's take a look at where they left off.
Do you feel that it's fair to invest our money without talking to me first?
The same way money was taken out to buy the Maserati.
Oh, no.
Oh, look, my heart
You got a Mozzie? No, it's not fair.
But it
I only
sounds
ended
like
it there.
it's tit for tat,
No.
like you did it because I did it.
No, I'm not
Stay
saying
fair.
that. Why
Stay
are we
fair.
going over this same over and over again?
See, so if you don't want to be here to participate, to try to reconnect, to work...
Is this about reconnection? That's a good question. How many times have I told you it was wrong for me to take the money?
Cecil,
No, I want to make sure it's clear.
a fool.
It was wrong taking the money out and investing it.
I'm not gonna participate if you can't calm down.
This ain't about reconnection. This is dumb.
Come out right now. You have lost control. He's not perfect. He's walking around thinking he is. And all of our problems exist only because of me. But there are two of us in the marriage.
Okay, it's good to meet you guys. You two have been very candid, very open, and very genuine in this situation, right?
We have.
You're not putting on for the cameras here. You're just being transparent about what's going on in your relationship.
Correct.
And what problems are you still struggling with since you decided to reconcile last season? What's the biggest challenge you're dealing with at this point?
Well, we're both pretty stubborn, and we're just trying to figure out how to get back on track, mainly with our sex lives and just being a team.
Yes, one of the things Simone talks about is that I don't say I love you enough. You know, I'm more of I feel like the action is what I try to show my love, and so I really have tried to do a better job of expressing my love to Simone.
You know, one of the things that I talk about a lot, and I've talked about it earlier, is the difference between topics and issues. You know, we talk about a lot of topics, but we sometimes don't get to the underlying issues because they're threatening, they're scary. And I'm curious, if you were going to say what was the most pervasive underlying issue, what would it be?
It really is communication. We've been married 22 years now, and I just think that marriage it's a team sport. And we have to be there for one another. And Cecil is chauvinistic in the sense that he believes I'm a man, I have to carry certain burdens by myself. And I believe that we're a couple. And there is no burden that I would have, no burden that he should have, that either one of us should carry alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would you say the issue is?
Well, I think, Dr. Phil, you hit on something that struck a nerve with me, and I think sometimes an issue is so big that you're fearful to discuss it. I think our issue is not making time for one another, being so busy with work, our television show, our boys, and I think that our issue is that we have stopped putting the emphasis on each other.
I've watched a lot of footage of y'all. I've listened to a lot of what you've said as we've talked to you. And I have an opinion.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to know what I see?
Absolutely,
Yes,
that's why
definitely.
we're here.
Okay, I'll tell you exactly what they are right after the break.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. She claims her family is living in filth.
We want to shoot inside, and you didn't let us in that house.
I was never contacted.
We have a crew on the ground so they can go to the house now.
That's tomorrow.
What you been doing?
Working, trying to get some things around here organized.
You gotta hire you an assistant.
I don't know, I have a husband. Are you working? I don't need an assistant. What's going on with your job situation?
Being out of work, that's been a problem, I think, between Simone and I. I can just start driving you around the places. Kind of be like an Uber driver.
Okay, before the break, I asked each of these two if they thought there was an issue that was outstanding. They said sort of. Communication is kind of a really broad sort of thing. I said that I thought there were two that were glaring to me. And so I'll tell you what they are. Number one, permeating everything that I can learn about you as a couple is you have an inability to let things go. There's not resolution. You'll talk about it, you'll invest in it, you'll problem solve it, but you don't ever problem resolve it to the point that you can say, okay, we've worked on this and we've finished it. I can close that book and put it up on the shelf. I don't need to take that down and read from it, feel about it, hurt from it, emote from it anymore. It's in our history. I don't forget it, but I can put that up on the top shelf and don't have to get that down again. You don't seem to have the ability to let things go. Y'all don't speak each other's language. You don't speak each other's love language.
That's true too.
And there is a language of love, and if you don't speak each other's love language, you could each be screaming, I love you, I love you, I love you, in a language the other doesn't understand, and be missing wonderful messages of love. If he is saying, I love you, in a language you don't understand, you could be missing wonderful messages. And if you're not talking to her in a language that she comprehends, you might as well be sitting there staring at the wall. You don't speak the same love language. Now, okay, first off, how am I doing? Have I run a red light yet?
You're spot on. You are spot on.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah?
We just need some help with being able to turn things around.
But you agree with what I'm
I'm a grudge holder
saying?
for life, yes.
You agree with what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. I should have my own show. Yeah. Now, so what do you do about this? First off, there's a formula for success in a relationship. It's right here. The quality of a relationship is a function of the extent to which it is built on a solid underlying friendship, we'll get back to that, and meets the needs of the two people involved. Now, there's two parts to that, and we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you how you can use that formula to deal with these two underlying issues, because I intend for this to change today. We'll be right back. Do you know the biggest enabler of the century? If you want them to get a seat on our stage, be sure to log on to drphil.com and click Be on the Show, or text Phil to 88500. We want to hear all about it. Hey, we are taping season 17 of Dr. Phil. If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area and want to watch a live taping, visit drphil.com and click Be in the Audience. Tickets are free, and I hope to see you soon. Come on, I'm all by myself. I think couples have the wrong goal when they disagree. And I don't often use Robin and myself as an example, but today's our 42nd anniversary, so I guess I'll break a rule.
So I better be the hero here.
Use our example. We have a rule when we disagree. We do what she wants. No.
That would work.
Trust me, that's good. When you have a disagreement, your goal should not be to win the argument. And common sense says you want to win. When you have an argument, you want to win, right?
Right.
But that's the wrong goal, and we figured that out. That's the one thing we really did figure out early on. And the goal should be that you want your partner to understand how you feel. And then be willing to leave it with them. Because if you win, that means what? They
lose.
They lose. Do you want your wife to walk away feeling like a loser?
I don't.
You're wanting him to go do things that you want him to do. Do you want him to feel like he has been a loser?
In certain circumstances.
Okay, that's issue number 3. Okay, no, you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
You don't want to erode his self-worth and self-esteem.
Correct.
Stand up for me. Okay, get on the other side of this chair. I'm putting you to work. Pick it up.
All right.
Okay, now get back in. Didn't know you were going to be a
Right.
stagehand, did you?
Wow.
Okay, now, this is just going to take just a couple of minutes, okay? First, I want you to look at each other. Don't say anything, just look at each other. It's amazing how little we make eye contact with each other these days. Social media, text, Twitter. We just don't make eye contact much anymore. Now, I'm only going to give you about 10 or 15 seconds each to do this, but I'm going to start with you. Look at her. And when I say go, I want you to tell her what I wish you would stop doing because it hurts me. Go.
Simone, I wish you would stop bringing up old arguments and disagreements when we're out with friends. It's really embarrassing, and it hurts me to see you angry and upset over and over again. I wish you would stop not noticing when I'm trying to do things for you because I love you.
Okay, Simone, what I wish you would stop doing because it hurts me.
I wish you would stop dismissing my feelings when I share with you about things that are bothering me. I wish that you would stop paying so much attention to social media. And I wish you would stop focusing on being the man and just remember that we are a team.
Want to know what's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our email newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else.
Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today.
Okay, now you again. What I wish you would start doing because I need it so desperately.
I wish you would start being more affectionate and being the initiator of romance in our marriage.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
I wish you would start saying that you love me. And even though I don't say I need it, I do need that also.
Okay, Simone, what I wish you would start doing because I need it so desperately.
I wish you would start being more affectionate outside of the bedroom. I wish you would start listening to my ideas and suggestions and understand that they are for the betterment of our family.
Keep going.
I wish you would start to take some bubble baths with me. I wish you would consider my feelings when you're planning your golf outings or other things, and come to me like you used to make sure I was all right with it and not just assume that you could do whatever you wanted to do.
Okay, last time around the track. Simone, what I hope you keep doing because I value it so greatly.
Simone, what I hope you keep doing because I value it so greatly is being a friend of mine and having my back when things get tough. And I truly cherish our friendship, and I don't ever want to lose it.
And Simone, what I hope you keep doing, because I value it so greatly.
Cecil, what I hope you keep doing is being an amazing father to our children, because I value it so greatly.
Give your wife a hug and I'll move this chair. Okay, now finally, I'm going to give you guys a book, Relationship Rescue, and in the back of it, there is a 14-day program that takes 30 minutes a night to get in a dyad like this and answer some specific questions. And it takes a maximum of 30 minutes where you got to turn the phone off, turn every TV off, turn everything off, and do that for 14 days. So it only takes a total of less than 7 hours. And I feel really, really strongly that this will be a game changer. Will you do that for me?
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
Fair enough?
Yep.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
good to meet you guys.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank all of my guests today. You can catch up with Dr. Simone and Cecil on the new season of Married to Medicine, Sundays on Bravo at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A special thanks to New York Times best-selling author and the self-professed pit bull of personal development, Larry Winget. Larry Winget's book, What's Wrong with Damn Near Everything, is available in bookstores and online. We'll see you next time.
Bounce, bounce, all the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house, turn the party out. Bounce, 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 all the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house, turn the party out.
You warned me 1,000 times, memories can kill ya, but I didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last time. I've always been naive, call it.
You know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Every day and night, that's right. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon'